everyone. I'm a Christian from the Church of Almighty God. Today, when China comes before the UN for its UPR, the Universal Periodic Review, it's my great honor to be here with so many organizations and associations that share the concerns about human rights in China and call for more attention to the issue of religious liberty. I salute the bravery of millions of Uyghur, Muslims, Tibetan Buddhists, Christians of house churches, and human rights activities who keep their faith, who, while subject to persecution, arrest, torture, and inhumane treatment, in the dreaded transformation through education camps. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, publishes from 1995 a list of groups it defines as 邪教. This term is often translated as 邪教, as evil cults, but in fact means heterodox teachings. Definitions of this concept are weak, and in fact, the groups listed as 邪教 are simply religious movements the government perceives as hostile and dangerous. My church, the Church of Almighty God, has been founded in China in 1991 and has been listed as 邪教in 1995. We are a Christian new religious movement, and we believe that Christ has returned as Almighty God, lives with us today, and teaches the fullness of truth. We were blessed with a quick, spectacular growth. In 2014, Chinese government sources stated that we have reached the mark of 4 million members in mainland China. Not only the CCP persecutes us, it has also launched a spectacular campaign of fake news against our church, accusing us of causing riots and even of homicide. Thanks to God, Western scholars started publishing serious independent studies about our church in the last few years and prove conclusively that the accusations are false. The reason the CCP persecutes us is that as an atheistic regime, it hates our theology and is afraid of our fierce independence from state control and rapid growth. At least 400,000 brothers and sisters of the Church of Almighty God have been arrested. At least 43,000 have been subject to torture. And in preparation to the Universal Periodic Review of China, respected NGOs have documented some 80 cases of persecution to death in jail. 600,000 members of our church have left their homes and are on the run to avoid arrest. Several thousands have escaped abroad, where often their refugee status is not recognized. Due to false information about our church, Chinese pressures a general hostility to refugees. Sworn declarations and documents submitted to the Human Rights Council for the Universal Periodic Review tell the horrific stories of how too many of our brothers and sisters in China are hunted like beasts. Beaten and tortured, women have been raped in jail, and in several cases, traces suspect of organ harvesting were found on the bodies of those died in prison. Today we stand as one, Muslims, Buddhists, Christians, women and men of integrity, to demand that crimes of the CCP are finally recognized, the tortures and assassins held accountable, the refugees recognized as such, and the voice of liberty resonates at the United Nations. Thank you.